Hi everyone, Vegas film critic here, Jeffrey K. Howard, here to review Patriots Day from director Peter Berg, starring Mark Wahlberg, J.K. Simmons, John Goodman, Kevin Bacon, just a cast of incredible actors to tell a really dark day in American history, but out of tragedy came hope, inspiration, and Boston Strong. So this happened in April of 2013, and of course if you're on another planet you don't know what happened. During the Boston Marathon, two homegrown terrorists set off homemade pipe bombs and pressure cookers with all kinds of nails and screws and all kinds of things, and just killed, I think they killed 3 people and injured just dozens and dozens more. And just everyone has seen the footage on the news over and over. People lost their limbs, people going, it was just carnage. It was just mass chaos, all these innocent people. So the movie shows almost like a documentary feel. Of course it blurs that line between fiction and what's real, because Peter Berg also inserts, actual news footage, camera footage, from convenience stores, and also still photos, of arrests and all kinds of things. And so it just really shows recreation, and then it also shows actual stuff. So it's really kind of messes with your senses to find out what's real and what's not, even though all of it's real, including all the portrayals of the police officers, of the victims, of course, the 2 terrorists. And I think that Peter Berg really took his time to get the facts right, because as you're watching the movie unfold, not only, of course, it starts with Mark Wahlberg. He's the centerpiece for this whole movie, and you know what? I don't think this movie would have worked without him. I mean, he's Mr. Boston, right? He's Mr. Massachusetts, and you just feel the patriotism, the dedication as a police officer, and also him as an actor. He's just one of the most unsung actors that we have right now. Did you see him in Lone Survivor? Oh my God, he's just an amazing actor, and I've had the pleasure to meet him a couple of times and interview him. He's the nicest guy in the world. He really is. Just one of my favorites. But he is the centerpiece of this movie. He is like the tentpole. And from him and all the police force, the first responders, the FBI, everybody, even bystanders who are helping people who are hurt, you see this great country and this community come together. You really do. And we're not talking like later on. I mean, the moment it happens, you see Boston and Americans coming together to fight, terrorism, to fight this tragedy. And what Peter Berg does is that he shows you in sequence, over 4 or 5 days, not only the patriotism and the heroes. These guys are real heroes, from the first responders and the police, everyone involved. But he also, which is, I think, really fascinating, he shows how the FBI did it. I mean, they immediately, this giant warehouse, they take all the evidence they find, they recreate the entire street the bombing took place on. It's really cool to see how the FBI works and how fast they work. I mean, they found Sarnoff, they found these terrorist guys, these brothers, in a couple of days, which is just remarkable, with face recognition, with putting their pictures out there and letting Boston help. And it just goes on and on and on to show you that they can't do this alone. They need your help. They need my help in combating terrorism. And there was all kinds of arguments going back and forth. Look, we don't have enough evidence. We don't want to put their pictures out there. And it just goes play by play to see how fast these guys were brought to justice in just a matter of days. This movie has so much tension, has so much excitement, and I don't want to make it sound like it's a regular action film, which it is, but it just shows you, how versatile and how incredible the government is in fighting these terrorists, how Americans come together. I mean, it's just got so many positive things about this. It's about hope. It's about just being strong. It really is, and this movie, 2013, this really glorifies the police officers. And you know what? We just, in the last year, in 2016, it's been real hard on the police, but you know what? This shows the police at their finest, really. And everybody, but just really shows the police at their finest, because there were some real tragic things that happened to some police officers during this whole incident. And it shows you in graphic detail. Peter Berg does not sugarcoat anything. You can't sanitize this, okay? Because life isn't like that. Tragedy, terrorism isn't sanitary. You got to get your hands dirty, and Peter Berg does that. Have to mention the score by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. First time they've done a movie outside of director David Fincher. The music is so original. It's intense. It amplifies the situation. It just really puts you on edge. And I had to mention them. It's just absolutely phenomenal music. And also Kevin Bacon playing another FBI guy, and John Goodman playing a police commissioner. And you have just an amazing cast. And J.K. Simmons playing the Watertown police sergeant. Everybody is just stellar in this movie. This is one of my favorite movies of the year. It's something that I think every American should watch and learn from. All right, for more reviews and interviews, just surf on over to my website at vegasfilmcritic.com. Also, check me out on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all of that. And let me know what you thought of Patriots Day. Leave a comment below. I'd love to know what you thought of the film. Are you just as excited and, just love the movie like I did? Also, if you like what my reviews are like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, share, let people know how good I am. No, I'm kidding. I'm Jeffrey Howard. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you next time.